Hey guys, today I'm making this beautiful stone saddle. It is so pretty and easy to do, so let's get started. So let's start off by showing you what I have that I'm going to use. I got this saddle from Hobby Lobby, and I think this is pretty standard size. It says 12 inches. Michael's might have those as well, I'm not sure. I got these flowers from Michael's. These flowers also from Michael's. These beautiful flowers from Michael's as well. As you can see, I definitely have a blue theme going on. I got this greenery from Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if they're discontinuing this or not. I have used this on centerpieces that I've sold before, but they had it marked down to $4.74 and it's originally about $19. But anyways, just super pretty and lots of texture in there. And then last I got this from Michael's. So I'm going to start off with all this. I have plenty of other things, that I can use if I see I want something different, but I have a lot here to choose from. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just take this off. And I've taken apart this really pretty one, the one that's the longest, and I've put steel picks on the ends. I've shown how I've done that in lots of my videos, so you can check on those if you want to see more information about that. So I had two of these bushes, and these are the full length. I have 6 pieces that are the full length. And then I took 2 more of those pieces and I cut them in half to make them smaller. Now I cut off all of the greenery from this particular bush because I don't like the color of the greenery. So I just cut that off and didn't include it in there. So, and here are the cutters that I use, the wire cutters that I use. So let's get started. I have actually never made a Gravestone saddle before, but I figured, you know what, I've done a lot of centerpieces that I have made and sold, and so we're gonna give it a try. This is the first year that we've had to put a saddle on my parents' grave because my father just passed away a month ago. So it's kind of special to me, and I wanted to give it a try. All I'm doing is adding these so that this one is the longest, and then the 2 off from the side are a little bit shorter. See those steel picks. Now I know if you don't, do this for, if you just do this for hobby, you aren't going to have a steel picks machine. So what I would do in that case is I would hot glue them into place. The steel picks just really help keep them in place and not moving. So let's see what else. We've got a few more of these. And I do have 2 more pieces from this bush, and so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to set it aside because I think I might add it in a little bit later. So whatever I'm doing on one side, I'm doing on the other. Okay, already starting to take shape just with that little bit. So I think the next thing I am going to do is take this one apart and put picks on them. So I'm trying to see how I want to. See, the thing of it is if you break it apart, then on the end it comes apart. Now in my situation, that's perfectly fine because, I guess I'll just show you here. I can just put all of that in there and clamp it all together. Okay, so it didn't clamp them all together. It clamped 2 of them together. Let's try another one. I'm just gonna pull it apart And then I'm going to clean up those edges. Put them all in there and clamp them together. There we go. So pretty. So I'm going to do that with these two stems that I have, and then I'll be back and we'll put those on the saddle. Okay, so I've got all the pieces cut apart. I put picks on them. And what I've done, just a little kind of tip, when you have a situation like this where you've torn something all apart, I then try to put them in the same size piles. So in this pile, these are a little bit thicker and a little bit, or you know, the same kind of length. And I've done that with these. And so, and I have like 4 piles because I had a few that just, you know, were just like one kind of pieces or 2. And so now what I'll do is I will just split them. I will make sure that I have my whole arrangement balanced, basically. So I think I'm going to start with these pieces, and I'm just going to put them throughout. So one of the things that I have been thinking about is, you know, normally the centerpieces that I do are indoors or in a protected place, right? More centerpieces that you'd put on your table. But in the cemetery, I've seen people's flowers laying all over the ground because of the wind. And this particular cemetery does have a lot of trees around it, so I think that does kind of help protect it a little bit. But I am thinking to myself, because I've seen, you know, walking through the cemetery, people have like attached their saddles in various ways. I've seen people put like tape on them, you know, put these down and put tape on them. I've seen people use like command hooks. And so I'm just not sure. If you have tips and tricks on that, I would definitely love to hear what those are. If you could just kind of leave those for me in the comments. And I just want to make sure that it stays attached. Like I said, never done this before, so I just want to make sure that I can keep it as securely on there as possible. These are smaller pieces, going to add them throughout, more towards the top. Actually, I didn't want to put it there because I have one directly under there. So instead, right here. And I can always, that's a great thing about using a picks machine. You know, you can always take them out and move them if you want to. These small ones, I'm just going to hold off to the side for now. So I took apart the hydrangea bushes that I had, these that have the longer, I don't know my different flowers, which is terrible. But anyways, these 4 I kept longer. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to put those more out on the sides. And then I have quite a few here that I still need to figure out where exactly I'd like to put those. So let's see. They're so pretty. I remember doing an arrangement last year with these, and they're just beautiful. Okay, so I still have, now these come, like these have a much smaller head on them than those do. So I want to make sure that I have those more towards the middle and the top. So I just need to sort these out. That one's a smaller one. So I think I have basically 2, and I had cut this one off. And I don't like how short I cut it off. So let's see, I think I'll put it right down here in the front. Or the back, however that goes. because every angle is going to be beautiful. And then this one, I think maybe I'll just put, I'm going to take some of this length off. Yeah, well, it looks good. Now I've got 4 more that can go in the top area. I think I just need to take a tiny bit off from those because I'd like for them to be higher. That's pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to do that on each one. And then one more. This direction. Okay. I'm feeling like these 4 are too far shifted onto one side, taking my center, moving my center vision here. So I think I'm just going to move those out a little bit so that I can keep my center, everything more balanced, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to move on to these beautiful white and green pieces. I love the texture this provides. Now, I bought 3 of these bushes and I've only cut apart 2 of them because I want to see how far that goes first before I cut up the other one. And I left them at full length. So all these pieces I cut and left at full length. And I'm just going to add these throughout. And then, you know what, if it's too long, I can always cut it down a little bit. I like how it's breaking up the blue because we have a lot of blue in this piece. That was my dad's favorite color, so that's what I wanted to go with. It is really getting big. This is going to be a very big saddle. But that's how I tend to like them. More open, airy, I guess you could say. Tends just to be more my style in general. I'll add some more down here. Feel like I need another piece over here. All right, let's see, how are things looking here? Let's see about adding another one down here. Need to add another piece over here. I'm just hoping that when I get it over to the cemetery that it doesn't like consume the stone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so big. We shall see. It is really coming together. So I do have, you know, one more of these if I need it, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. I still have a couple pieces of this, which I think I will go ahead and cut up. I'm going to cut it probably in half, just like I did for the smaller pieces here, because I want to add them more into the center. So I will get 4 pieces out of these 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get those cut up and picks on those. Okay, so I've got the 4 pieces all cut up. I'll just stick these throughout here. Guys, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, and I still have these pieces that I had left over from earlier. I think I'll go ahead and add those in. Wherever I kind of see that maybe I just need a little something. Now, one thing, when I do my centerpieces, I always make sure that I cover my green foam with like Spanish moss, because I never want to see that green foam. And when I was thinking about doing this, I'm thinking to myself, because I don't want to do that, because I think that it'll end up, could get blown off and be blowing through the yard of the cemetery. I don't want that. So I thought I'm probably just going to have to kind of deal with seeing some of the green, especially around the bottom. So I don't know, that might kick my OCD in, truly. I might just take a few extra pieces of something with me to the cemetery, and then if I see that I, like walk around and see it, and if I can see parts of it, I might just put some little filler in there. Okay, so the things that I have left are these really pretty, okay, what are these guys? Hydrangea bush, just I guess a different hydrangea. And I definitely still have a few places that I need to kind of add a few pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these taken apart and picks on those. Okay, I bought 3 of these bushes, and I went ahead and cut up 2 of them, and I left them all at the full length. I didn't cut any of these down. So let's add those. So pretty. And I want to add them in around the sides too. I may have to go ahead and use that other bush that I got. I'll tell you, if you guys hear licking or snoring, my one dog always has to be at my feet, and I think she's always either snoring when I am filming or licking her paws. So my apologies for that. Okay, let's see on this side. It's kind of hard to see up here. Okay, so what I have left is this white one and another one of these. So I'm going to take a look at this because it still needs just a little bit more and decide what I want to add to it. Okay, so at this point I've cut up just a few more of these. Add a few more of these. Just looking around to see where I have a few holes. I really have some holes more in there, but oh, that actually covered up a lot, just moving that one piece. I have one more. Let me see if I want to add that one in. Okay, as I've kind of looked over all of this and looked at it from different angles, I don't think I'm gonna add anything more. I think I'm just gonna leave it just like this. It is so beautiful. And I hope that I've inspired you to try to make your own saddle. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the cemetery. I think I can make it over there before it rains. If not, I will do this tomorrow because I can't wait to see what it looks like on the stone. Okay guys, here I am out at the gravesite, and here is the saddle on the stone. It, size-wise, I think it's beautiful. It's just so pretty. Give you an idea. Sorry, there's a lot of noise going on in the background. Anyways, I hope that you'll give this a try. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.